Over the years, basketball has seen plenty of legendary trash talkers. Michael Jordan, for example, would go after anyone, including his own teammates. Larry Bird was legendary verbally abusing his peers. Gary Payton could play the entire arena like an orchestra conductor with his verbal smack. No matter how many NBA players you rattle off, however, you probably wouldn't mention Tracy McGrady. But we got a rare T-Mac trash talk story for you this time. Although McGrady might not be remembered for his trash talk, it seems that he was more than capable of holding his own. On one occasion, he used a few words in his sneakers to silence an opponent. During the 2000s, Tracy McGrady's signature shoes were a key part of the basketball landscape. And beyond giving the shooting guard a pop cultural presence, those sneakers also gave T-Mac a trump card when it came time to hit the hardwood.
Me? I would talk trash back. I remember one time we were playing against, I'm not going to say the player, I'm not going to say the team.
Come on.
I was playing against...
It's like 20 years later, just say it.
I was playing against a team, and one of the guys...
A team.
I was playing against a team. One of the guys was talking trash to me. We were going at it. And he was sitting on the bench, so I made it a point to go and stand in front of the bench, and we were going back and forth. I say, bro, look around on your own team. They're wearing T-Macs. And that was it. That's how I got in his head, and it was just like,
There you go.
I dropped the mic on that one.
There you go.
If we take McGrady at his word, he put that anonymous opponent in his place that time. The shooting guard, however, wasn't the first player to call out the opposition for wearing his shoes. As you might expect, that move was classic MJ. On another episode of The Jump, Chauncey Billups remembered how Greg Minor tried to defend Jordan. After a scuffle sent his airness to the free throw line, he used that pause in the action to send an unmistakable reminder about his star status.
My very first game playing against Michael Jordan and the Bulls.
Oh.
And we had a guy named Greg Minor guarding him. And, it was a little dust up. Greg's playing hard. He's playing, of course, you got to play as hard as you can. It's MJ.
Right.
It's opening night. My mom at home watching, the kids watching, everybody watching. So they got in a little scuffle. MJ's going to the free throw line. And he looks at Greg and he says, I should make you take my shoes off. I looked down, I didn't even realize it. I looked down and he got the Jordans on. So I said, oh man, this is my first game ever. I said, this is what I got to look forward to.
You learned a valuable lesson though, right?
Well, obviously I didn't say much to MJ the rest of the night.
That's
right. I didn't want to be on that reel, so that was my welcome to the league moment,
talking.
even though it wasn't to me,
Involving
thank goodness.
you.
In a 2022 podcast appearance, Steven Jackson remembered suffering through a disappointing spell with the Charlotte Bobcats. After one loss, Jordan came into the locker room to chew the team out. Then, during the next day's practice, the owner returned to make another statement. He called out the players, told them to take his shoes off, and then subbed himself into a scrimmage to show the starters how it was done.
So we got our ass beat by somebody, and he came in the locker room after the game just going off on us like we need to get our shit together, right? And I made some little comment or something like that. He ain't say nothing. So he came to practice the next day. Back on that shit. Yeah, y'all think y'all did something? I'm 6. Oh, he started talking about all his accolades. Take my shoes off. Because, he had gave me his, what I'm saying? He wasn't just talking to me. He was talking because everybody had his shoes off, but he had gave me a deal and all that.
Yeah.
This shit kind of directed to me and Gerald Wallace because we the leaders of the team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he going off.
Mike told you take his fucking shoes off.
Damn near. You know what I'm saying? Look at all the shit I done. Y'all went to, I'm just going off on us right to the point where he gets on the second team in practice. And we lose.
You lying. You ain't losing 50 years old.
Mike's
too low. How old was Mike?
Listen. This was in 2010.
McGrady, who was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2017, had a successful NBA career even with the injuries he faced. During his prime, he was regarded as one of the best players and scorers in the league. At 6'8", McGrady used his height and length to shoot over his defenders as well as drive to the lane and get a basket. During the 2002 to 2003 season, McGrady finished 4th in the MVP voting, the season where he averaged the most in his career. His athleticism and sense of offensive skills made him a tough assignment for anyone during his prime. As this "you're wearing my sneakers" tactic was a bit more effective when Michael Jordan did it, T-Mac still deserves some trash-talking credit. If you're about to use the same moves as the all-time GOAT, you've got to be pretty legendary in your own right. Tell us in the comments, how great do you think T-Mac could have been without the injuries? If you enjoy this video, hit the like button, share and subscribe. For more basketball content, subscribe to our other channels, Free Dawkins and Vintage Dawkins, and follow us on social media.